like that. Because you don't own nothing. Racism is not, I don't like you because of your color. Racism is a power thing. Racism owns. Racism says that this is, over here is white and you don't come in it. And over here is non, we got the waterfront. That's what racism controls, and it does something.
That's right.
It says redlining, you can get a job, you can't get a loan. That's what, it's the power behind it. It ain't no just, I don't like how he look. It's more than that. That's what we get confused at. And that's what the media makes you think, well, there's black race. There ain't no black thing is black racist. You got no power. I'm Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. It's gentrified. I couldn't stop it. Whites, the rents were here, the rents is here. White folks know how to raise it. The new racism to me is raise the bar so high. I'm jumping. I can't reach that rent. I can't reach it. What you say is, oh, we love for you to have it, but you said you couldn't afford to pay that. You never wanted me there. You studied me. You know my income level's here. So you say, let's make the rate here.
But they don't get that anyway.
I didn't use color. I use money.
Money.
Now the whites, and now you don't expect me and white folks to have the same amount of money the same way. You got 400 years on me. That's what we think it's a race. When the mark is set go and I just outran you. Nah. I watched some white boys the other day. I was down in Weeksville trying to fish. Come through this bridge like this, tractor takes up the whole bridge. I've never thought about farming. I want to farm. You know how much farm is this whole river and all this? That's how much land they got. What I got? They got tractors that's 250,000 better. I don't know what the price of, but I see 4 big wheels, two in the front, on the back, and all this stuff. That's money. Government pays them not to farm. Government pays them to farm. I look at that house. I was riding through the country going to Gates County. I'm looking at that houses. This ain't no, man, this thing, oh, y'all don't like this kind of hard work. Is that we just do it because we like hard work? Nah, it's lucrative, man. We've been what the man said, Carter G, what's the miseducation of the Negro? I'm sorry, you got me wound up with this.
No, but we need.
Cause I'm dying, man. I'm dying. Yo, I didn't die yet, but it's by the grace of God. I wasn't. What's her name? Brown. You can say all the time, well, we thought he had drugs. But you can say you thought I had something. I ain't never touched a white man's drug. I ain't never touched a white man's liquor. I'm like Malcolm. I didn't touch the white man's cigarettes. That don't mean nothing. I ain't been no pimp and no nothing. Don't mean nothing. I get a bullet just like any other brother.
And that's true. Bro.
That's why you got to stop that separation stuff about, well, I walk the straight line, so therefore I'm good. Nah, they put New York police touch my pockets and all over me.
Well, the one question I want to ask you.
I'm sorry.
If 54 unsolved, I'm just saying, if 54 unsolved murders was in your community, and then here go George Floyd get murdered in Minnesota, and you gonna fly all the way to Minnesota and do a protest, and while you should be doing a protest in your own community, it don't make a sense. It don't make no sense.
That's what you're saying.
Do that make any sense?
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Everybody got all these murders in their country, but soon a murder is popular. Everybody talk. They runs up there, but you got 54 unsolved murders in your hometown. You gonna protest, but you go all hundreds of miles away and protest. That's crazy.
You're right. You got a very good point. Very good point.
You know what I'm saying? Get the babies, man. Let the people see the babies.
We choosing. It's like they choose what we go for.
How old are you?
They choose what I get upset about.
I'm 14.
You're right about it. That's a good point you make.
How old are you?
They choose what I get upset about.
Yeah, right.
They choose.
Yeah, right. She must be grown.
You know, some things are very egregious, so we
Okay.
get involved. But like I said, you're right. I was locally. I did Brooklyn. You know, New York. Period. Like Tawana Brawley, she wasn't in New York City. She was upstate Orange County, which is most racist. That's up south. Malcolm called it up south. You know, he said anything below Canada is south to him.
That's right.
So it don't make no difference. That was Alabama. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I
That's
already
what I'm
know.
talking about.
That was more other racism than.
King said he didn't meet the racism, and the racism he met in Chicago was worse than what he met in Alabama. Chicago.
A lot of people don't know about the Chicago riot.
Yeah.
You know, they don't know about that. They don't. A lot of these kids don't know their history. You know, and
Well, listen. I'm sorry. That's a good point. That's a good point. I asked a sister one time, because I had a cafe, you know, and our sisters come by the cafe. I say, she was a teacher. I said, excuse me, sis. So I thought I wanted to be of help. I didn't know anything, but what could I do? I felt bad, like you said, in my area. So the lady said, I said, what's the problem with the young brothers in school? What school? She says, they're not being taught their history. I said, wait a minute, I wasn't looking for that answer. I asked another teacher at a different time, the same question, said the same thing. They're not being taught their history. Then it kind of sunk in a little better.
They tried to hold
Because
it down for us, but the government killed
if
every
I'm
last
lying
one
in this
of them,
bridge
one by
sleeping
one.
in the gutter, I'm a nobody, I'm just nothing. And then you give me some insight who my grandfather
What people
was.
really don't
Father,
realize
they
is,
ran
but
through,
they don't want to teach.
they millionaires, they just
First black
had
man
things.
did the
You
Oprah
ignite
research.
something in me that I'm, wait a minute,
They don't want to see
I
it.
come from something.
So
They don't
I
want
was
to see
just
it.
no dirt.
They
I
not
was,
covering and talking
see,
about
That was about it.
nothing changed but my mind.
And that's the thing. And what
When
you
see
think
the
about
doctors
these
and they
kids
got the
when you
little
tell
thing with
them,
the snake,
blacks
when
and
they
whites
caught
tell
it with the
them,
little wings
like,
of the snake, that came from
we-
came from Africa.
we came over
We
here
came from
400
doctors,
years of slave ship.
Egyptian
And I'm like,
doctors.
hold, brother,
In
hold up. A lot of us was already over here.
That's true.
A lot of us
White
was
people
kings
with
and
the right.
queens.
That's true.
So why we always
Black
got to
man
go
made
through
the
the
right for us.
depression part, in the bottom of the slave ship, and you can't acknowledge the kids, y'all kings and queens.
That's true.
You know, uplift them.
That's
I don't want to talk about the slave.
That's it, no.
I know what it is, mind frame.
Well, America has your history starting as slavery.
Yeah.
That's just make you subhuman or lesser than.
So when you open
And if I didn't go to get you, but you're right. There with the Olmec down in Mexico, there was a big
Olmec,
stone.
yeah. Talking about the
Olmec, whatever.
Talking about the
big stones
stone
carving.
with the noses
Yeah.
and the people blew the nose off,
Right.
so let them know that
Right.
we not those people and all that.
And also, Dr. Ivan Van Sertima. They came before Columbus. Talking about us, we were here before Columbus. When they interviewed those people down in I don't know, Central America, South America, they had spears, gold tips. This is where you get gold from. This is people came from ships, or some other people came from far, and they brought it to us, and they checked the gold. It was from West Africa. But you're right, there were black people here. Black people live over the
Over the
world.
world.
We all before whites. They just show you what they call him, cheddar man in England. He wasn't white. They showed you that there's a group of people. I can't get the name right. I don't want to mess that up.
Well, I think the people that's recording, they ain't rapping now.
That starts with S. They in like an Indian Symbolize?
You can
No,
print
not
out a shirt
Symbolize.
and say news.
They're over there and they're an island by themselves. They jet black. They pure. They don't mix with nobody. They don't want nobody to come to their island. It's over there in Pakistan and India.
One day they
You
talk
wonder how
about
they come.
tear
And first
gas.
Philippines.
Tear
So you've
gas.
been everywhere. America knows who you are. You just don't know who you are. That's the problem.
That's it.
See, I think I'm what he told me I was. He's out with the dog, so now I stiff butt and pull my leg up and pee because he told me that.
But they take
So that's the mentality I got.
We are the Indians. At the end of the day.
I know.
We are the Indians.
I'm weak, they
And the
call
Indians
me.
have get more respect than we do. They got reservations, casinos, and everything. Get checks every month.
Even
We
with
still
the when
scuffling
they
and
start
fighting
happening,
for what we
it
want.
wasn't even us.
Right.
We don't even know our identity.
So you must, what's the name? Dane Calloway.
Dane
Calloway.
Calloway.
Is it Calloway? Yeah, yeah, right. He talks about that quite often. But there's a big wool been pulled over us because they know your power. They know what you're capable of.
That's what about it.
And I,
it's
I'm not cutting
Go,
y'all,
go, go.
and I tell people this:
about 7 dudes.
God made
Do they
man.
pass it?
Ain't
And what color you was,
It's about 7 hours.
you man, black or white. And don't put every white person in the same category
Them birds not
with white
good.
people. Because
Come on,
Sarah
man.
Temple couldn't do it by herself.
Right.
People need to understand Martin Luther King couldn't do it by himself.
Right.
You needed some good
Right.
white people,
Oh,
Jews to help
The
along the way.
Lord, the Lord have them for you.
Yeah,
He'll put somebody in position to do that. Yes.
there you go.
He'll do that.
And we ain't
So
even
don't-
asked you your
so-
name or nothing. What's your name,
Solomon.
brother? Solomon.
Oh,
Right.
So
powerful name,
so
King Solomon.
so
Exactly.
yeah. He'll put people in the right place at the right time to help you. You're right. There are people that realize this is wrong. You know, my group is doing it, and then they also brought the 500. No, 500 years ago. Not, I don't know if it's 500. No, sorry. They brought up after when we were about to get out of this system of slavery, white supremacy, I'm saying, was invented. Racism was invented. And then give poor whites, that's, poor whites the one that fought in that not revolutionary day, Civil War.
I let you say it
That's
again.
poor whites.
Yes, that's right.
That didn't have a slave. But the rich, it was smart enough to make them feel, hey man, that Negro trying to get you a job. And so you gotta make you an honorary me. I'm a landowner, slaveholder. You got nothing. If it wasn't for these blacks, I'd have you as a slave. You know what I mean? But I made you, pull you on my team. Because you say, like they tell you, it's almost like playing the lotto. Keep playing. One day you can hit it. And so it keep you chasing
it.
like a dog chasing the tail. He going
like a person chasing a high when they get smoking crack.
Right.
Get that high again.
Right.
You know.
And so that's what's happening. That's what's happening.
Chasing.
That's what's
and these black politicians just worse than the white politicians.
Oh yeah.
They the most dangerous ones at that.
Dr. John Henry Clark said the best politician we had was Adam Clayton Powell because he went to Washington and got the job done. Adam Clayton stood up. He was fearless. Adam Clayton Powell. They told him one time, Adam, we don't want blacks in the congressional dining hall. Adam said, okay, that's your custom. That's what you want. The next day he goes to Harlem, get the biggest, blackest guy he can find, and march him straight into the congressional dining hall. This is under segregation time. Adam fought. Adam stood. Most people are afraid. I don't want the job if I can't stand up for you. You voted for me. I don't want it.
And that's why I love Thurgood Marshall.
Yeah.
He went right in there. He didn't play with them.
That's the only way to do it.
They end up respecting. You know what I'm saying? The same thing. What's my other man? I can't call. It was on the tip of my tongue. I lost it. But
where would he go?
My man from the Mayor for Life from D.C.
Oh yeah. You see, they try to kill his name.
Yeah, but they couldn't. The people love smoke. Put him back in there.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what you got to be like.
And
that's what you got to be.
And that's who I look up to.
Mayor Barry. Yeah.
I ain't never seen another mayor like him. I ain't seen another mayor like him.
You're right.
Another black councilman like him.
That's right.
Because he took care of his community.
Right.
They got people jobs, people come from prison. But when you see these other people out here getting rich off the community, when you talk about murder, when you talk about jobs, and they turn their back and work on their own buildings and work on their own houses, what you call that? Selfish.
And because I'm here to please white folks. I don't need the white folks to think I'm being too nice to you. It's like Negroes, we've learned to take on the same mentality. If I say something to Negroes when Obama's in office, well, what is he gonna do for black people? Well, he can't do that for just black people. I get out there and get crazy. He can't do it for just black people. He's the president of everybody. Trump didn't have no problem doing it for them white people. He didn't have a problem doing it for them people. Those people voted for him, and you are obligated. Joe Biden is obligated to the black community. I know he's not gonna do anything, but he's obligated because you're the ones who put him in there.
And that's where I'm about to end this.
And you ain't got no list for him?
Nothing. This is where I'm about to end it. Black people don't know the history. Joe Biden is the reason why all this stuff is going on right there. 1994 crime bill. And when he said
that's why I couldn't vote for him.
That's why I couldn't vote for him. He said super predators called all of the names.
And a woman before him was running Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton. Guess what? The Clinton messed it up too. But people still ran and vote for him. So if you had a son to go to jail in the 94, 95, Joe Biden put him there and gave him 30 years. He called super.
But small stuff, a little ounce or whatever, nothing.
3 misdemeanors gave you a life sentence. And black people ran in support of him. I told them, I said, listen, everybody said the two of the evils. And I researched Donald Trump, I researched Joe Biden. And I know Donald Trump is like behind this racist stuff. And I know Joe Biden, Richard Byrd in Virginia, he supported him. Obama here talked at his eulogy. And I'm looking at what he massively did to the black community. So if I had to pick one, it would have been Donald Trump.
No, I got you.
It would have been Donald Trump.
I got you. I personally, I set this one out. I couldn't do it.
And I respect that.
I couldn't
but
do it.
Either you gonna pick Donald Trump or sign your own name on the back.
Right. Well, sometimes I do that. I forgot to
do it all the time.
I forgot to write in somebody's name or my own name. You're right.
Yeah.
But I couldn't.
Joe Biden, I couldn't vote for him.
I couldn't vote for
worse
Hillary
than Donald Trump.
Yeah, he is. I couldn't vote for Hillary either.
Then he tell black people this: if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. And people still These fools still ran down there and voted for him.
I forgot about
Man, I just looked at our people like, yo,
Y'all
it's
crazy.
Y'all, a man
I got
tell
to
me
in my
that.
ears. My people call me. I got
Yeah, but you
No.
you stay here now.
Yeah, I mean, my mom lives in Hertford, and you know, she had dementia, so I had to come. I've been like 3 years. I did her house, and so fishing has been my keep me sane. You know, like after 9/11, there was a radio station in New York called WBAI, Pacifica Broadcasting, meaning, take care, y'all.
Yeah.
All right, good meeting you.
Yeah.
It was, I will. It was a listener sponsor station, Pacifica, and they kept me sane after 9/11 because I knew it was garbage I was hearing. You know, that whole hijacking over. I knew it was garbage. I used to go to the World Trade Center. I knew how it was. The elevators as fast as a jet, but they felt like a roller coaster. When you're going, so I knew there was many people had left that building already. Many companies had moved out. So it was basically, you could almost say it was scheduled for demolition. Not scheduled, but everybody was leaving it. It was just not right anymore. And so this Silverstein guy takes out what? 2 insurance policies, one for terrorism and something else. And that building felt like controlled demolition. You never seen a building come
The way it came down. Right.
Yeah.
Any experts attest controlled demolition. And then the guy that did it, like I think I did look at the new place once. I didn't want to go nowhere near it. Matter of fact, I came down the day when a couple of days later after the smoke, still smoke in the air, and I should have come down there. But you know, they had the steel all bent. I never seen steel bent like that.
Right.
And I had my red, black, and green flag. That's how crazy I was. I didn't care about them crackers. Everybody rallying behind USA, he's killing everyone. I'm like Ali. I wasn't fighting for this place for. I got to be a fool to fight for this place. He ain't never fought for me.
And you see what happened to Joe Louis, didn't you?
Well, I'm gonna have to speak on that one because I'm a vet. I served. I didn't go off war the whole 9. I was in the army forever. When went to the war, that disabled vet, the whole get down. Even though I did fight for the country, and a lot of vets go through the same thing. You fight, you come back home, and you still get disrespected. Like it's nothing you can do, man.
But I didn't seen it too many times, so I can't go now. I
Right.
saw it with World War I. I don't know which came first. Korea, World War II, Vietnam, Iraq, Afghanistan. You come back at the same thing. Not only that, if let's say you weren't mistreated racially,
Right.
you come back. Why are you sleeping under underpaths and you a vet? Why are you
Right.
not getting the help you get? Your arm is lost not because you was stuck in a machine. You was fighting for the uncle. Uncle's supposed to take care of you.
I got you.
He want me to see you in the
got you.
airport. When you come to the airport, thank you for your service, but I can't help you. The government's supposed to help you.
And they
let
are.
me say
They
this.
are.
Let
They
me say this to
supposed
you. Our reparations money was given in the name, well not more than that, was given in the name of a stimulus check for everybody. Remember when you fought for when you said you wanted reparations?
Right.
Oh, you can't do that. The country gonna go broke. Ain't got no money for that. That's gonna be too much money. Blah, blah.
But then the
But
stimulus
you came
checks,
up,
they give them
as soon as the
Jones
thing
out.
came, you came up quick.
Yeah.
1,200 for everybody, 600 for this one, and then 1,400 for everybody. I don't know how many trillions it was, but put it together, it could have been for
Like
me.
1 trillion something.
I'm not gonna give you anything by yourself.
Exactly.
I'll share it with everybody. Kamala said that already. When they brought it to her, what about the reparations? Well, we just can't give one group something. We need to help everybody. That wasn't about that wasn't a conversation about coronavirus. That was a conversation about I just can't give you.
Well, it's
I
the
get it.
same thing the vets went through when we was in Saudi Arabia, for the war in the Gulf War. When the war was over, the king of Saudi Arabia, cat got mad money, richest dude in the
I
world.
know it.
He gave Rolex watches and gave money to every soldier in all the countries that came over there to fight, except for the U.S. And the reason he did that is because the king, what George Bush did it. The reason he didn't want us to get it is because the king said he wasn't giving money to the females that came over with us. He was gonna give it to the men, but he wasn't gonna give it to the females.
Right.
So George Bush said, we're not mercenaries, so we're not going to take the money or the watches. So we watching the British dudes, they walking around, Rolex watches, pocket full of money,
Y'all broke.
and we broke. I couldn't believe that. After we done went over here and fought, he was gonna give it to us. But George Bush didn't want us to have it. It's crazy. Now I got one thing for you.
Go ahead.
Now they said that you were in a church or something, you're like one of the church elders. We got this craziness going on with our city council in Rocky Mountain. We got population is 62%, how you doing? 62% black. Then we have
Population of Rocky Mountain?
Rocky Mountain, North
Wow,
Carolina.
that's nice. Right.
All right, we got 7 council members that sit on the board of the city council. 4 of them are black. We got 1 city council member who didn't pay his utility bill and been passing it off for the taxpayers to pay. The 4 people run, the 4 black council members run the whole city. That whatever they want, they just vote on it and it's done. And they don't put nothing in the black communities. Wards 1 through 4, all black. But the people in those wards keep voting them back in. And the main reason they keep voting them back in is because they're pastors. What's your opinion on it? How do you feel about that?
I run that Negro out this church. That's what I feel about it. I don't care if you got a stick. I'm serious. I just told you, man,
Uh-huh.
in the scripture, Moses chose to suffer the affliction with his people rather than enjoy the house of Pharaoh.
Right.
I said he made a choice. I told you, man, Dr. King did the same thing. Dr. King could have been the CEO of any company in America, especially to keep him quiet.
Right.
He'd have had it made. Good, what do you call it? Not just a pension, what do you call it? The money thing you put money in, I can't think of it right now.
Right.
401k, everything. He'd
Yeah.
have been loaded.
Right.
He'd had millions a long time ago. Just chill, just don't worry about that.
Right.
Because he was intelligent enough. I listened to his speech, especially that speech, Why I'm Opposed to the War in Vietnam. You got to hear that.
Right.
Look it on YouTube. Why I'm Opposed to the War in Vietnam. I think it was 1967 or 8. Riverside Church in Harlem. Bad speech. I play it, got to stop it.
Right.
Play it
Right.
back because it's like you got to, wait a minute. It's so compact.
Right.
It ain't no stretched out. It's bad. It's like,
Yeah.
woo, he's deep. He
Okay.
said that, about that war. I know that's what you asked me about, but he said it is estimated that we spend $500,000
Uh-huh.
per enemy soldier to kill in Vietnam, while we only spend $53 for the poor back at home. And he says that most, this will really hurt me, really stab me. Most of that $53 goes to administrative costs, meaning the poor ain't even getting the whole 53.
Right.
God.
Right.
The poor ain't even getting the whole 53.
Right. Right.
But you spend it,
paperwork and all of that stuff.
right. And I seen that in New York, and I fought for New York, and right now New York has $15 and a union. That's our cry, our rally
Right.
cry was $15 a union. If you work at McDonald's in New York, it's been over, I don't know how long it's been, but at least, I would say 2 years, just off the top of my head,
Right.
you make it $15.
But they doing that
Minimum.
in DC right now. DC,
Minimum.
Everybody, don't care where you work, it's 15.
Right. You gotta start at 15.
Yeah.
You can't live, the rent is over $1,000. I gotta have
Exactly.
shoes, I gotta
Man,
eat,
everywhere in New York is crazy.
It's worse than that now.
My people live in the projects on 700 Gates Avenue in Brooklyn.
Wait a
And-
minute. I know that's my area.
Yeah, that's the projects. They live in 700 Gates Avenue, right in the projects. And man, it's crazy around here. They
I
try
don't
to
know the
move out.
addresses. I think it's got to be the ones I know where I go to visit people.
Yeah, them
I never looked at
projects
that.
is off the
I know,
chain.
that's like Nostrand and Marcy, I believe, because that Tompkins is 500, so it's got to be going that way. And no more. Oh, it could have gone the other way too. But I know what you're talking about.
Right.
I know the projects.
Yeah, them projects off the chain.
And then how
But-
much are they charging?
What?
The projects.
Oh, I don't know. I
Oh.
just go visit my cut. I don't stay over
What?
there. Cause they still everything ain't nailed down. You go over there,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
gonna lose something coming back. They gonna steal
yeah.
something.
And when you
But-
got a project with armed security.
Right.
I told them that. The other thing I hate about that is.
But they got their own police departments in
Yeah,
the projects.
Yeah, but it's I don't want to live like that. And
Now-
I've been trained that I'm supposed to live like that. I'm so bad. I gotta
Right,
live.
right.
No, I'm a.
Right.